Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of CBD Talk Podcast. Tonight is episode number 58, and it is brought to us by the Healthy Honey Stick Chicks over at Optimum Health. And I've actually been talking to them about our guest tonight because we've got some interesting stuff going on here. We have George Wolters here from Citrus CBD, and if you guys follow me on Facebook, follow the podcast on Facebook, you would have seen a live that I did from the CBD Expo West about a week and a half ago out of Anaheim when I was flabbergasted, blown away, and very confused for a moment with Citrus CBD. The first pure non-hemp CBD that I have ever known about. So this is what we're going to talk about tonight. But first, George, can you tell us, because I always ask everyone this, how is it that you came to working with CBD? What brought you to it, and why do you love it?
Sure. I think probably, like most people, I started as a patient. So many years ago, I had a knee surgery that was pretty invasive and actually had to have the meniscus reattached to the bone. Very unpleasant, and it left me with like an arthritic knee that needed to be worked out, and it was excruciating to work out. But if I didn't, it became arthritic, and so I found myself taking large amounts of ibuprofen, which wasn't sustainable. And so somebody at that point said, "Hey, have you tried this anti-inflammatory pain reliever called CBD?" And I've certainly been interested in marijuana recreationally, but I've never been exposed to the real medical side of the plant. And so I got my card out here in Oregon and went to a dispensary and got, my first kind of high CBD flower and tincture, and was super impressed. I was able to run. I was able to, have full flexibility in my knee again. It kind of saved my quality of life, to be quite honest. And, I was kind of a full-on advocate at that point. Now, what I did also find, though, is that it was very difficult to get repeatable results. So I would go and find a product I really liked, and whether it was a topical or a tincture, and it would work. And the next time I go back and get the same product from a different batch, or maybe a little bit later in the year, I would get different results.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a kind of an eye opener for me, that I couldn't get the consistency I wanted or the repeatability. Even though out here in Oregon we have incredible access to cannabis-based, broad-spectrum CBD, hemp-based CBD, there's still a wide variety of results that you get depending on how it's processed, when it's harvested, the whole kind of gamut of an agricultural product. And as a patient, that was a little bit disconcerting to me, especially when the product got you high and it wasn't supposed to, and you have to show up for your day job, I work in the tech industry, and I struggle to keep up with the engineers when I'm not high, much less. So, there was a couple challenges there that I had to work through, around getting consistent sourcing. And, that's kind of what has brought me to, where I am today.
Got it. Do me a favor and kind of look more towards the camera so that they can see your face.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Got some people out there like, look at me.
I forgot I was talking to the camera. I thought I was just talking to you. So.
Sorry about that. So, you mentioned one thing that I do want to touch on. So, you were a recreational cannabis user before, and then you started using the CBD. So, what was your reaction to the different, to how it felt? I mean, I'm guessing more of a night and day, just kind of explain that to some people, because there are people out there who maybe have used recreationally have not tried CBD, or who have tried CBD and have not tried it recreationally.
Right. So, CBD is really interesting. I would equate it to more of a body high, whereas, it's not psychoactive at all. So it's not really affecting your thinking or your cognitive responses. It's more of a like a warm feeling in the body. I would notice like immediately pain relief,
Yeah.
in my knee, which was amazing because this is something that, I thought I'd be living with this kind of chronic pain for the rest of my life. And all of a sudden, within 15 minutes to 45 minutes of ingesting or smoking or topically applying a high CBD product, I was able to, be fully cognitively functioning and not be in pain. And so I would say, it was definitely totally different. Like recreational marijuana, I prefer kind of the sativas, more of an up creative high. I don't like the getting couch locked or paranoid, and I had learned pretty quickly that, a lot of the growers out here, or a lot of growers in general, had bred the CBD out of cannabis because they wanted, more THC and more of a high.
Yeah. Most people, most places have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really, CBD actually counteracts kind of the psychoactive effects of THC.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, as you said, a night and day difference. They both have their place, I would say, and typically,
for sure.
A lot of, so I also have been involved with a dispensary out here, and, we have patients that love a one-to-one. They want a little bit of THC and they want a little bit of CBD, and they find that balance that works for them, and it's just a little bit psychoactive with some pain relief. And so we're seeing all these variations of, formulations and ratios of CBD and THC that are very interesting.
But there was actually a post in the cannabis women on Facebook this morning that I replied very similarly to, is what is is CBD better, is THC better, blah blah blah. It's like, first of all, what Big Pharma has always gotten wrong is that there is no one thing that's right for everybody. Everybody has their own needs, their own likes, their own wants, and everyone's different. And so the being able to customize that ratio once you find your sweet spot, it's really important. I mean, of course, in the industry that on the CBD side, there's so many states that aren't legal that a lot of people that CBD is the only thing that they have access to. So,
Right.
but yeah, to think that you can cookie cutter any treatment is absurd. It's just absurd.
It really is, and I've had the good fortune of working with a lot of patients that with a variety of issues, and I've been able to kind of see that everyone's physiology is totally different, and the way they react to cannabis and CBD is completely personal, and really nice when they can find something that works and then get the repeatability, and that's really what we would strive for. Is we had a lot of seniors that came in, and they a lot of pain, a lot of inflammation, they didn't want to get high, and we would provide continually different formulations and try to get them to a place of pain relief. And it was always amazing to me that one thing would work for somebody and it would have completely different or no effect on somebody else.
Yeah.
So it is very personal, and I think it's much more nuanced and varied than Big Pharma would have you believe.
Yeah. And like when I had David Dawkins on about a month ago, he talks about the single molecule kind of thing where it's like, here, take this, okay, take this for that side effect, and another side effect, okay, take this for that side effect, take this for that side effect. You're like, geez Louise, how about you guys just realize that maybe that first thing wasn't the right thing? There are other ways to do this.
That's right, exactly.
Okay, so tell me how you first found out about non-hemp CBD. because this honestly, guys, this blows my mind. But let's remember, a CBD molecule is a CBD molecule, and it's going to fit into the receptors the same way, whether it's a hemp CBD molecule or a non-hemp CBD molecule, because it's the receptors, key to a lock. It's just what it is. So, school us, George. School us.
Well, I'll tell you my experience. So I was, again, actively involved with the dispensary and with some patients that were experiencing, chronic pain, wanting to kick opioids. We had a lot of people coming out of the medical health, like the Western, they had a surgery, they've been given OxyContin or some other opioid, and they got addicted. And these weren't junkies. These are, middle-class people that had the misfortune of being prescribed something without really getting proper education around it, and now they were looking for a way to get off of opioids. And so we were providing kind of an RSO, high THC, high CBD kind of cocktails, trying to deal with, and the for lack of a better term, the jonesing, the need for more opioids. And I had a friend who approached me and said, hey, I want you to try this lichen-based, citrus-based CBD on your patients and see what the efficacy is. And so it kind of came to me as we had access to a patient base and they wanted information about the raw material. And I was pretty skeptical initially because Oregon, we've got we have more cannabis than we know what to do with, right? So
exactly.
Copious access to full spectrum, broad spectrum, cannabis-based, hemp-based. And so I was sort of like, why would anybody want a non-cannabis or hemp-based CBD?
I love the fact that you're skeptical. I love that.
I was a hard sell. I really, because we would get pitched everyone had a new thing every month in the cannabis industry out here. Try this, try that, it's great. And at the end of the day, we just wanted to make our patients feel better, We weren't interested in a sales pitch. So I kind of blew it off initially, and then I needed to make some RSO for some patients, and I didn't have any other CBD available. And part of that was because there's, it's a crop, and there's fluctuations in price and availability, and all of a sudden we didn't have the availability. And so I thought, well, let's just formulate it with this lichen base and see what happens. Mm-hmm. And so we did, and it had tremendous efficacy. And in fact, the formulation was better than a lot of the cannabis formulations we had done in the past. And so that got my attention. And then I said, well, let's try it solo, and I hate to call them bud tenders, but, the people that work in the dispensary.
That's what they're referred to as.
Our patient care coordinators, they have a ton of knowledge, right? Because they're dealing with people every day and they're getting feedback, and they, of course, use everything, right? They're your guinea pigs as far as hey, is this good? Is this bad? And so I asked a couple of our bud tenders, hey, can you guys try this and tell me what you think? And they all came back and said, this stuff is amazing. And what I think they really were amazed by is the fact that you could get the same outcome every time. So you would take 15 milligrams and you got the same exact effect. And that, to me, started to get my attention, because it's like, we're not able to do that in the hemp cannabis world so much, just because of the fact that there's a wide variety of growing techniques, processing techniques, and then the broad spectrum, we don't really know what all these other terpenes and cannabinoids are doing in an entourage to the end user. So to have a singular CBD molecule and to have efficacy with it was like, oh, this is sort of like taking something over the counter and getting the same effect every time, which I had not experienced in cannabis, at all. So it intrigued me. And then I started using it myself and then I started seeing other cannabis groups saying, hey, we want to cook with this stuff because it's tasteless. We want to use it.
Now, can you cook with it without worrying about it burning off, or like what temperature or whatever?
Yeah, like the chocolate, they don't get to a high enough temperature to burn off, the CBD. So they hated using salts and other things to try to flavor the hemp-based, the flavor of cannabis. strong. So all the culinary people immediately gravitated towards it. And then all of a sudden, like, wow, we can sell it to a supermarket. We don't have to be in a dispensary anymore. And that, then my kind of, the light went on then. I'm like, wow, I don't have to deal with the regulatory crap, which is just, out here, it's unbelievable. Like every state, it changes every month. You're paying taxes and taxes and taxes. And,
well, there's a lot of people in California that are having major problems when it comes to food-based stuff with CBD.
Right. So, so in any event, from there, I decided, hey, I want to get more involved with this, and I kind of cut a deal to do some encapsulation and do veg capsules with the product, because I thought, most people outside of the dispensary world, when they go for relief, they're used to taking a pill. They're used to taking a capsule and ingesting it that way. They're not, tinctures and some of the other, vaping and that kind of thing is not necessarily as mainstream in a health and wellness kind of environment. Long story short, that's kind of how I got to this place. But I think what, again, has struck me repeatedly with this product is that I've been taking it daily for probably 4 months now, and I'm just really astounded that I still get the same result every time. It's not, it doesn't vary at all for me as far as, like, I get pain relief, I get some good sleep,
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people don't realize how much it helps with sleep too. Yeah.
That's primarily how I use it. Before an hour before bed, I'll take 2 capsules, and I sleep. And it's interesting because I've taken other things for sleep, and sometimes it'll knock me out, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I don't even know where I am, or I'll wake up the next morning with some kind of weird hangover. This just sort of calms my brain down to the point whereas if I wake up, my brain doesn't start churning. I can actually just fall back asleep.
Yeah.
I don't have any kind of hangover. I'm not like, I'm lucid. It's a really different experience than an Ambien, which I don't take those, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not knocking you out to the point where you don't know where you are. It's just sort of regulating your body in a way that lets you shut down naturally and then kind of come back naturally. And so I've loved that. And then for running, I have a group making transdermal patches, and that's amazing. I just slap a patch on my knee, and I can run for miles without pain, and peel it off, and I'm done. It's like I've kind of found my niche as far as my own practice on how to work with this, and again, I've just been very, very impressed. I mean, the feedback I've gotten from other users and patients is phenomenal. I mean, everyone sort of has to find their dosage. I mean, it's anywhere 10 milligrams to 50, depending on, what you're dealing with, from pain to sleep, anxiety, whatever. You've got to find your place. And there isn't I recommend 15 to start, but it really varies by the person, and everyone kind of has to find their spot, is what I've found.
Yeah, definitely. And, different people have different tolerances and stuff. Sorry, my screen is being a little weird right now, so I'm going to put you back on the big screen there. Every once in a while, it just pops out. So, okay, we're back. And so, and there are a couple different ways to go about that. Some people, start low and then titrate up, and some people, go with like a bolus effect to wake up their system, and then go back down. They'll take it again as the symptoms come back until their body, kind of finds its own area. So, So yeah, lots of different ways to do that, and whatever's right for your body is right for your body. So that's what's so great about this. You're not going to OD on CBD. So.
Exactly, and I know there's some studies going on in the UK and other places where people are taking hundreds of milligrams a day, and they're fine. They're trying to reduce tumor growth, or they're trying to neuropathy is one I'm seeing a lot of activity around, and they're kind of super dosing, and there is no. I mean, the side effect might be I need to take a nap, or I'm really relaxed, but So I've been, again, very impressed. I mean, with CBD in general, I think it's an amazing molecule that is really a gift, and that we need to be, exploring this a lot more, and not be hindered every step of the way when, we're trying to use something that we can grow, and doesn't have to be ultra processed, and really to get, and if you're ready, I'll kind of tell you how this product came about, because
let's go into this, because this is just it's no GMOs. I love the fact that that you're there's no pesticides, there's no GMOs. It's all natural. It's all that stuff, and even here in Colorado, we had problems in the past where there was problems with pesticides, and then they're like, okay, we have to make all these rules about pesticides and things like that, because that's not something that sick people need to be putting into their body.
No, not at all. In fact, we've had a lot of issues in Oregon as well, and I think we now have some of the toughest pesticide laws in cannabis anywhere in the country. We have a long analyte list that, people are constantly failing with their product, even sometimes because it's in the water source, or it's from a farm next to theirs, and they're not even using pesticides, but it's getting in, at a low level, and they're not able to get their product into market. So it's a huge issue. And so I'll kind of give you sort of what I know of the background. So a chemist in Northern California who had been studying plants for 25 years, realized that there's you can get, cannabidiol and other, cannabinoids from other plants. And so I think it took him about 5 years, but he was able to find a lichen in South Asia that must be, biologically similar in some ways.
And can you just describe or explain what a lichen is for those who may not know?
I mean, a lichen, I think it's like a mold, or it's something that grows on another, like a tree bark.
Yeah, like a moss or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely another kind of like a plant, I guess, but it's makeup than a plant. In this particular one, from what I understand, when you take it into a lab and with like heat, time, and pressure, and then using citrus peel, the terpenes from citrus peel as an activation, you're able to, through natural assembly, derive a molecularly pure CBD. And when we say pure, I'm talking like 99.8. I mean, it's purer than most isolate that people are getting from hemp. It is just pure CBD. And the beauty of this, obviously, is that there's never pesticides, there's never THC, there's nothing else in this except for pure CBD. And it's a unique opportunity to study the effects, because with cannabis and hemp, it's challenging to kind of get to an isolate that doesn't have anything else going on in it, and now with really the focus on broad spectrum, it's a great concept, but it's not repeatable until we understand what else is happening with all these compounds in the plant. And, as I've said, this product has efficacy. So once you find your sweet spot, so to speak, you can have repeatable outcomes. And that's what, me as a patient first, that's what I'm looking for. I want pain relief. I don't want to be high, and I want to sleep. And I don't want anything to happen for me, or that's going to kill my liver in 10 years, or anything else. So this chemist in California, he's figured out this patent pending process, and really, I think the sweet spot for them is that they're able to scale it. I think other scientists are going to figure this out. I'm hearing in Australia you can get cannabinoids from seaweed, and I'm hearing,
nice.
I crossed hemp and, hops. And so there's a lot of sources coming to market, which is great because it gets us around the Schedule 1 issue.
Yeah.
It makes it widely available. And I guess what I really like about this product is, to me, it's sort of a gateway for all those people that have lived through reefer madness and are terrified of anything marijuana, but need relief. You know, they have all the same issues, and they're afraid of medical marijuana. This is like the medical without the marijuana, you know, and it really is a gateway into this incredible plant and what it can do for us. We just, unfortunately, because of our government and legislation, have had to derive it from another plant.
Exactly. So, we were talking a little bit before we started recording, and I apologize if there's some background noise here. But let's talk about what we were talking about earlier with was it South Dakota raid?
Yeah, I just heard this today, so I don't really, pardon me if the details aren't correct, but one of the companies that I work with, the chocolate people who use the same raw material, they got a call from a client in South Dakota and said, yeah, there was a raid. They're taking all the hemp and cannabis-based CBD off the shelves. And, an hour later, she gets a call from the state police chemist saying, can you explain to us how this isn't cannabis or hemp derived? And she spent an hour on the phone saying, going through the whole, this is from lichen and citrus peel, and, it has no THC in the product ever. It's not even derived from, the Schedule 1 plant that you guys are worried about. And they were astounded, and of course she offered them samples, which, as I said, they politely declined. But, we're now kind of grappling with how are different states going to handle, is CBD illegal or is the cannabis plant illegal?
Right.
What's the real, and why? Because if it's not really habit forming and, isn't hurting anybody, then it leads me to believe that there's a competitive issue with the pharmaceutical.
Well, that's what it's been the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
So, but now they really have to admit it, because it's not part of cannabis. So what's wrong now? Why is it a problem now? If it's not part of the, and you're always saying, oh, it was because it's part of cannabis, blah 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 blah. It's like, all right, now what's your excuse?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this product too, is we kind of get to throw it back in their face and say, well, we found another way to get it, guys. So you're going to still tell us we can't use it, And
I got to tell you, those officers were morons for not accepting samples, because I know I've had their stuff before. It is awesome.
That chocolate is good.
Oh, and the caramel?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. So those guys have really, Kroon Chocolate has really been a mentor to me in the industry, because they were the first ones to go, hey, we're going to make a chocolate bar with CBD in it that we can sell in every supermarket in the country. And they went for it.
And we're going to have them on an episode. And I'm telling you guys, when we do, you guys are going to be happy. So.
Yeah, I mean, not only are they exceptional, chocolatiers, but they're just a great company.
And they're great people, too.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about what products you have.
So right now, I just have the veg capsules, the 15 milligram capsules, which are on the website, citruscbdonline.com. And I'm following that up with the transdermal patch, which I'm really excited about. And
when's that coming out?
I would say within 30 days, I'll have them up and available. We did our first run of about 150 patches, and I wanted to get them out into the community and test them. And the feedback's been phenomenal, because the nice thing about the patch is that it's actually more bioavailable than a capsule or anything, from what I understand. I mean, I think the skin in the right place has the highest bioavailability.
Well, because you've got all the CB2 receptors in your skin.
Right, and then the patch will last 36 hours.
No.
So capsule every 4 to 6 hours. You put a patch on, and you're good to go. And I run with it. I can take a shower after and leave it on, and it's like fine. And I'm super impressed with the efficacy of these patches. And they're being developed by a group in Oregon who's been in the cannabis industry for years. So they perfected their methodology with both hemp and cannabis-based CBD, and now they're using this product, and they love it. They say it translates even better because it's so pure.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of impurities, so they get a better output, and it goes further. They don't have as much waste. So So that product is coming online. At that show that we were at, I've been talking to people about gummies. I've been talking about these things called slips, which go under the tongue. It's like a
It's like the Listerine type things, or yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
got to get in the pet side too.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much potential, and I'm only able to focus on so much. So
Right.
a lot of other little startups I'm working with that I'm trying to support in their own. There's the olive oil company, there's a water company, there's the chocolate, there's beer here in Oregon. Coalition Brewing has a CBD, which is great. And that's another sort of testament we got through the Department of Agriculture for the state. We got through, the Liquor Control Board, and they all have approved this because we've been able to show that the inputs are not cannabis or hemp. So they're allowing it in food products in the state, and California is obviously the next kind of big.
Oh yeah.
Round we want to hit.
Yeah, they need it. They need it desperately because the laws are so stringent right now, and and that's the problem that I have is like you're keeping this from people. It's not everyone wants to have to smoke a high CBD bud. They don't want to inhale it. Not everyone wants to have a tincture, and let them have it in their gummies and let them have it in their granola or their whatever. And it's just another roadblock. And I appreciate the fact that recreational is new to California and everything, and so they're trying to get all their ducks in a row and all that. But we're talking about CBD here. This is not like a THC or it's just CBD, people.
So there's two components to that I'd love to just address.
Sure.
From my layman perspective, but one part of it, as I understand it, is California, of course, wants to tax it all, right? And so if they force the cannabis growers in recreational to grow the CBD, then they can tax it, right? Right now, they can't really tax hemp-based CBD because it's coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I understand that from a financial business perspective, but I think the other thing that they hit on that is of interest and is something that we need to be aware of is that we have biomass coming from outside of this country. And, and unfortunately, there's always bad actors. And when, our domestic crops, I think, are pretty clean, but I know for a fact that people have mixed, biomass from China and Eastern Europe and Colombia into their biomass here, and then that gets into our health and wellness market. And the problem and the benefit of hemp is that it's a phytoremediator. So it's great at sucking metals out of the soil, and it's even used to clean up industrial sites.
Yeah. But you don't want that in your body.
You don't want that in your body. And really, even if it's not used, negatively in another country, it's still sucking things out of the soil that we're not testing for. I don't know of anyone who's, there's not standards yet. So are we doing metals testing on, all the biomass that comes in? Are we checking these products when they go out? And as you mentioned, pesticides. I mean, that's a horrible thing for an immune compromised person to have in their body. And yet there's a big avenue of entry point with these kinds of contaminants that I think we haven't addressed yet because the market is trending so fast and people want it so much that we're gonna supply it. It's capitalism, but at the same time, I do appreciate that California kind of brought to people's attention that, hey, when you concentrate biomass down to get that 8% CBD, you're also concentrating everything else.
Exactly.
And we don't know what that is yet. And it's millions of pounds, so it's really tough to get any representative sampling done on that kind of quantity coming into the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right. It's millions and millions. We're a $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
So, and it's the Wild West in a lot of ways. So it's wonderful to be able to have something that you don't have to worry about that with. So, cost wise, compare it to to like a hemp-based CBD?
So, well, it's definitely more expensive, at this point. However, that's not translating to the end user from my products because I'm just taking less margin to get it out. I think the hemp market has inflated the cost of CBD based on the fact that they can.
Yeah.
So I'm able to compete. It's not ideal because it costs probably 3 times as much per kilo to create, or derive this from lichen than it does to harvest a bunch of hemp or buy a bunch of biomass from somewhere.
Yeah.
So we are hoping to bring that price down as they get better and better at their process, and they get a more and more sophisticated lab, and they can make bigger and bigger batches. We should be able to surpass, drop below the price of hemp. But at the same time, we're going to see domestic production of hemp increase, tenfold next year, and so it's. The market's going to drive the pricing, honestly, and the demand is going to drive it. And so, we're at a disadvantage price-wise right now, but I think the advantages really can outweigh as far as the purity and the consistency. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's not going to get confiscated. If it does get confiscated, it's an ignorant, move on whatever authority is doing that. And we've been able to prove time and time again. I mean, my capsules are made in an FDA-approved facility, so you can't just ship them a kilo of powder and say put it in capsules. They want to know every single input, the entire process. And so we've gone through this multiple times, and we can prove it out to anybody that wants to know.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, and we all know the FDA is they're not rolling over when it comes to CBD. So
no, not yet. I mean, obviously they've approved the one, epilepsy drug, which is a start, but it's like at the speed of government, it's we're going to be a long way down the road before this is, we have to do it ourselves. And I think that's again a real testament to this chemist in California who was like, screw you guys, I can get it out in a different way,
we need more people like that.
Yeah, that's really the beauty of technology and science is that we tend to solve problems, sometimes our own regulatory problems, by finding other ways to do things.
Yeah, we're clever.
Yeah.
You got to be in this industry. So, okay, so you've got the 50 milligram gel caps.
15.
Okay, I was going to say, how can you cut that in half for some people? But great, 15 is great because then you can take 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever.
And that's kind of what I felt was the sweet spot as far as, a dose that somebody was going to have some efficacy with, but wasn't going to be too much, or too little for them to get an experience. And you can double them up. I probably will make other sizes down the road. Yeah. Startup, it was a pretty big uplift to get, try to go to any company and say, can you press some veg capsules for me of this new product? I couldn't even find a company that would do it for months because they're all they're worried about CBD and the regulations and then the new product. So we had to do a lot of NDAs and kind of legal discussions with chemists and regulators. And, so this is really kind of the first product I've gotten out to market. But there's certainly many more following. And the manufacturer certainly is looking at larger opportunities as well. There's some big players out there. Coca-Cola, announced, hey, we're looking at you. I mean, you're going to see as this trends and people really want it, it's going to show up in mainstream products. And, the good thing is it's going to force our kind of, federal regime to figure out how they're going to deal with it.
And I'm really excited though about the patches too.
Yeah,
I think I love.
Can you see that? That's a transdermal patch. It's about 60 milligrams. So you cut this into thirds or half, and it's amazing. I mean, I cut it in thirds, and that's all I need for a run. And I'm a guy that doesn't have a meniscus, which means it's like bone on bone, So it works.
Well, actually, I don't have meniscus either. No one we have Neil Patella syndrome, and so we don't have meniscuses.
Yeah.
So I know what you talk about. And when you fall on a knee without a
Yeah.
meniscus, it hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't know.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
Back to the start of the conversation, that's really what kind of propelled me into this. Is I was looking for a sustainable pain relief where I could still be active and have quality of life without,
Well, additionally, you don't want to mess up your kidneys.
That's it. Exactly. Ibuprofen is not something you want to take hundreds of milligrams, over weeks and weeks and years. It's just not. It's not good for your body.
No, it's not. It's not. And so being able and being able to have a patch as a topical instead of ingesting it on top of that, wow, that's awesome. That is great. So,
Yeah.
what are you looking at for 2019 for citrus CBD?
So, I'm looking for market, just, getting penetration in the market's challenging. It's tough to advertise. I can't really buy a Google AdWord because it's CBD. I can't get it on Amazon.
Even though it's not cannabis-derived CBD, you still can't because they don't get it.
The acronym, the acronym is the problem. And so really, I'm looking to get the word out. I want people to know there's other alternatives. I want to, help that demographic that's really interested in something, if they don't want cannabis-based medicine and they still want to experience some pain relief naturally or some, anti-inflammatory or anti-anxiety. I just want to get the word out over this next year that there's products out there that can do that. And then I really want to continue to push the patches and some of these other products and support the other startups that are, there's a bunch of Oregon-based startups that really jumped on this, and we need the support of the industry and the manufacturer, frankly, to continue what we're doing. Because the big boys are sitting back; they're afraid. It's still a liability, so they're letting all of us nimble little startups get out there and they're watching what happens to us in the process. Mm-hmm. So I really want to get as much market penetration and then feedback. What's working for people? I think the more people that use CBD, the more information we're going to have until we really have clinical trials and we really have the data that our government hasn't allowed us to collect at this point.
That's true. That's huge. Yeah.
So,
and again, right there, if you were contacting universities to let them know, hey, we have CBD that's not cannabis derived. This is not Schedule 1 drug. You can do this without risking your federal funding.
Yeah. It's still a process, and nothing happens fast in the, once you have that acronym in your tagline, you're pretty much, it's a lot like the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
We're fighting an uphill battle for recognition and legitimacy and, banking, everything. It's still a challenge even with this product. I got into this, not just because of my own self-interest for pain relief, but because I was so tired of the cannabis industry. But I'm running into a lot of the same issues here. Mm-hmm. Still cannabidiol, it's still CBD, and it still has a stigma, unfortunately, that is holding us back. And yeah. I think there are universities now that are finally able to do studies, but I have not. I'm looking at Israel and the UK for frankly.
It's so sad. It's so sad that's where all of our science is going, because our country is, has their head in the sand. Now we'll see what happens with this farm bill.
Right.
That's on the books, right? That's hopefully gonna get signed soon. But yeah, it's what we're losing to other countries is just the opportunity to really be able to be in the forefront of the entire industry, but because we have some people with their head in the sand and are just in the are in the pockets of big pharma and also big petroleum. Let's not forget about big petroleum either. They're holding it back too. It's like you've seen the memes and stuff. It'd be nice if politicians would wear their sponsors on their coats like race car drivers, so we would know, who's paying who. But there are some good politicians out there that are trying to move it forward And it's funny that, well, it's not a coincidence that they are in states where their farmers can be making big money by doing it, which I don't care. That's great. Let them, if that's what gets it onto the table, fine. But a little bit hypocritical, but whatever. Just get it done. Um, but yeah, we've got a long way to go. But gosh, we've come a long way too.
We really have, and it's a grassroots effort. And I want to call out all the medical marijuana patients in this country that got us here. It's not recreational that got us to where we are today. And we see in Oregon, a bit of marginalization of those patients, and that's unfortunate. And that's another reason I like this product, because some of our dispensaries don't carry as much CBD now because they want to carry high test bud, high THC flower. And it's gone from a medicine to an inebriant, and really, it's the medical patients that really change legislation and change hearts and minds in our government and force this issue, and we definitely need to respect that as we move forward.
Yeah, and you got groups like Canna Moms and, like people like that, these moms that are camping out on the steps of their legislature going, oh, hell no, my child needs this to live, and you're not going to take this away from me. And unfortunately, we lost a lot of people.
That's one other area that this is interesting. I can't obviously say give this to your kids, because then I'd be a drug dealer, offering kids drugs. But I've had a lot of parents come to me saying, hey, we've got, a kid with ADHD or having seizures, and we really want to try a CBD that has no THC in it, and because in some states you can't get CBD at all.
Yeah.
And so there's certainly a movement there among those parents to really find alternatives and get this medicine available, because it is saving lives, and it's changing the quality of life for the parents as well. And
exactly.
When you're a parent that has a sick kid, it's like you're going to do anything, to help your kid. I mean,
definitely, you will. So, all right. So, any final nuggets of wisdom about this amazing non-hemp? What if there's someone out there that wants to use it in their product? How do they find out about it? I mean, how do they just contact you?
Well, that's a bit of a challenging question right now. The manufacturer is trying to figure out how they're going to handle distributors moving forward. I was lucky enough to kind of get on the ground early, but even my kind of track, or runway with these guys is, who knows, if they decide to sign up a Coca-Cola or a Cliff Bar or something, they may grant exclusivity to some large manufacturer, and that's the challenge we run into.
Well, let's hope they grandfather you in. Come on.
Yeah, I think they're going to take care of the people that have started this, but I guess my point is, it's challenging right now to bring on new manufacturers, and so I'm hoping that, I would say, Clear Bright Dawn is the distribution group right now that has provided this to a bunch of different startups.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the group I would probably reach out to first. But, I don't really have a good answer as to how to get raw material to people for their products yet.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to throw it out there just in case.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully that's going to open up. I mean, we like the Intel Inside model of let's provide this to everybody so people can make products and get it out. But, when you're a startup that borrowed a bunch of money, sometimes you've got to make decisions that are tough to stay alive. And so, I respect these guys spent 5 years developing this. They spent a lot of money to get it to market, and, they've got to make hard choices sometimes to stay afloat. And I certainly want the product to be available in the long run for all of us. So I really support kind of, how they move forward and go to market.
Okay, so we can go to Citrus CBD Online and get the capsules right now.
Yeah. And then Gron Chocolate, GRON, they've got more than just chocolate products. I think they have
They have caramel syrup.
Yeah. If you like chocolate, that's the place. And there's a few other if you look up, non-hemp derived CBD, you'll probably find some other sites out there with some small manufacturers that are starting products. But there'll be more to come for sure. This is just starting to really scale up and trend out there.
Yeah, no, that's great. And then we're thinking, so mid-November for those patches?
Yeah, so as soon as I've got my next run, I'll send some out for you to sample, and we'll do another podcast.
That'd be good. Actually, my son's we're going to push off his surgery till the end of the year this year. But he tore his labrum or something, his shoulder, like he's got some muscle in the back of his shoulder is just completely gone or torn. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, just have some more CBD, babe. Yeah, because he will not take any pharmaceuticals. He just won't put it in his body. Just won't.
Yeah, I'm with it, and I know a lot of people like that. They don't want that stuff in their system.
No, it's not worth it.
I'd rather find an alternative. So
yeah. Well, thanks again for being with us tonight, and try his product, guys, and also anyone out there who, like he says, if you know someone who is timid around the cannabis derived CBD, this is a great way for them to get relief. Great way for them to try it and find out how it works. And because of the way they manufacture it, you're going to get consistent results. Start with the 15 milligram. If you need to, take 2 of them, take 3 of them, whatever. If the more chronic your condition is, the more you may need to take. So one 15 milligram pill may not do it. So just because one didn't work doesn't mean that 2 won't. But start out and then titrate up and figure out what works for you. But this is a great way to introduce the CBD to someone who's on that reefer madness train. So
yeah. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I'm just really so grateful that I saw you at that expo. It just opened a whole new avenue to me that I didn't even know was out there. So
I'm glad. Thank you, Ron. Thanks for your time, and look forward to talking again soon.
Definitely. Okay, everybody out there, stay happy, stay healthy.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.